Welcome to Ninerology. I'm your host, Alan, and we are now hearing reports that there is a renewed effort to strike a long-term deal with Brandon Aiyuk. The question is, why didn't this happen sooner? I'll tell you why. Who knew that all it took was to get houshmandzadeh, who is Brandon Aiyuk's personal wide receiver coach, to get him to go on air and just honestly throw the 49ers under the bus. Throw them under the bus and just be real with where contract negotiations are. We know that Brandon Aiyuk can't do it. We know his agent's not going to do it. But it took his wide receiver coach, houshmandzadeh, to go on air and say where things were. That the 49ers have not upped their offer from $26 million, and that Aiyuk was willing to pay for $28, and other teams were offering $32. What does this do? This makes the front office look terrible. It makes Jed York look terrible. And we all know Jed York does not want that to happen. He wants to be seen as the owner who's paying whatever it takes to get another Super Bowl. That's what he wants. He wants to be the new Jerry Jones is really what he wants to be. And unfortunately, with this story going out, with houshmandzadeh going on air, which should have probably happened earlier if that would have moved the needle, but with this going out, it changes how everyone, all the teams, future free agents look at the 49ers front office. It tells them that they are going to draw a line in the sand, they're going to lowball you, and they're not going to move even when the market moves. That is not good for business. That is not good for the future of your team. And so I think Brandon Aiyuk won the negotiations, really what it is. Even if he's willing to settle for less, the fact of the matter is he played the right move. Granted, maybe a little late. It would have been nice if he was there at training camp, but he played the right move at the right time to where 49ers have no choice but to enter contract renegotiations. And I think it's going to end up working out. You're going to see maybe $28.5 million per year for Brandon Aiyuk, somewhere in that ballpark. But I think this shows that the 49ers, honestly, don't have as good of a front office as we thought. All we've heard year in and year out is Parag is a cap genius, but the reality is he just draws the line in the sand, hoping that the player is going to cave. In this case, they did not. So hopefully this works out. Hopefully there can be some many defenses. We saw the report that Kyle Shanahan in the front office had a meeting with Brandon Aiyuk, almost more another open air conversation. And hopefully this gets resolved before the end of the weekend. I assume we're going to hear some news on Saturday before game time. We won't see Brandon Aiyuk dress out, obviously. But my assumption is we're going to hear something before game time that an extension has been reached. And hopefully earlier next week we'll hear from Trent Williams. But houshmandzadeh, it looks like you came in at the 9th hour, saved it. Who knew all it took was to throw the 49ers front office under the bus, and that's going to move the needle. So now, future free agents, you know what to do. Make that thing known. Let those negotiations be known across the entire NFL, and you're going to see some movement. Well, that's all we have for Ninerology today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.